Factory infotainment systems in many newer vehicles provide all of the features and input sources most drivers require, but often lack sound quality and performance. Adding or replacing an amplifier in these vehicles can be challenging, especially when they're equipped with a premium sound system from the factory. The Maestro AR2 is a universal plug-and-play interface module used to add or replace an amplifier in your vehicle while retaining the factory radio. The Maestro AR2 interfaces with the factory radio through a vehicle-specific T-harness and provides 6 4-volt RCA outputs or a single Toslink output that allows you to connect to any aftermarket amplifier or digital signal processor, commonly referred to as DSP. In this video, we will look at 3 different system configurations using the Maestro AR2. In the first example, we will replace a factory amplifier in a vehicle equipped with a premium sound system. In the second, we will add an amplifier to a non-amplified system, and in the third, we will pair the Maestro AR2 with a Maestro-compatible amplifier or DSP. Most premium audio systems have a separate amplifier hidden somewhere in the vehicle that powers the speakers and subwoofer using as many as 16 channels of audio. Although it may seem trivial to simply replace the amplifier with a better quality aftermarket amplifier, it is actually quite complicated because these systems are digitally controlled. The audio from the radio is sent to the amplifier in a flat 2-channel signal that is fixed at 1 volume. This means when volume, fader, or tone controls are adjusted, the signal out of the radio remains unchanged. These adjustments take place at the factory amplifier based on digital commands received from the radio. The highly integrated amplifier also controls secondary audio like Bluetooth calls, door chimes, and navigation prompts by sending the audio to specific speakers while attenuating the music. With a Maestro AR2, the factory amplifier can be replaced while retaining the factory behavior of the infotainment system for a seamless experience. The factory amplifier is removed altogether, and the Maestro AR2 is installed in its place. A vehicle-specific T-harness sends the audio signals and digital messages from the factory radio directly to the Maestro AR2, and the 6 RCA or single Toslink output from the Maestro AR2 feed an aftermarket amplifier or DSP. Additionally, the AR2 T-harness also includes a speaker connector to connect the factory speaker wiring directly to the aftermarket outputs, eliminating the need to run new speaker wires to each speaker. When the radio commands are adjusted, the Maestro AR2 reads the messages and adjusts the RCA outputs as required. For example, when the volume is adjusted, the Maestro AR2 will increase or decrease the outputs accordingly. When a secondary audio signal, such as a Bluetooth call, needs to be mixed in, the Maestro AR2 will send that audio to specified speakers while attenuating the music to completely replicate the factory amplifier experience. Since the Toslink connection only provides 2 channels of audio to the amplifier, the ability of the AR2 to localize Bluetooth calls, navigation prompts, and other chimes is limited to left and right side speakers in the vehicle. It is also not possible to retain fader control when using the Toslink output. The factory tone controls can be repurposed to control specific RCA outputs of the Maestro AR2. For instance, the radio's bass level control adjusted bass to all the speakers in the factory setup. With the AR2, it can be remapped to provide independent subwoofer volume control, eliminating the need for a separate control knob. Tone remapping only applies to the RCA outputs and is not supported when using the Toslink output. The Maestro AR2 can be used to add an amplifier to vehicles with infotainment systems that did not include an amplifier from the factory. Just like with the amplifier replacement scenario we discussed earlier, a vehicle-specific T-harness connects the Maestro AR2 to the factory radio and provides the speaker connections to the aftermarket amplifier. In this scenario, the Maestro AR2 installation is done at the factory radio location, providing either 6 RCA outputs or a single Toslink output. In some vehicles, the radio can be reprogrammed into amplified mode, which eliminates any equalization applied to the radio output and therefore provides a flat audio signal to the Maestro AR2. Like the premium audio configuration, the Toslink output is limited to volume and balance adjustments only. Fader, secondary audio to specific speakers, and tone remapping is not supported. Just like the Maestro AR, the Maestro AR2 can be used with any of our partner Maestro-compatible amplifier or DSP products. This approach offers several advantages. In these installations, the vehicle-specific T-harness routes the audio signal from the radio directly to the partner amplifier or DSP. This method offers the best sound quality as there is no disruption of the audio signal between the radio and amplifier. Only the data messages from the radio are sent directly to the Maestro AR2, where they are read and converted into messages that the Maestro-compatible amplifier will understand. This communication is done over a serial cable that connects the Maestro AR2 with our partner product. When the commands are performed at the radio, the Maestro AR2 translates and conveys those messages to the Maestro-compatible amplifier or DSP. For example, when volume is changed at the radio, the Maestro AR2 tells the amplifier to increase or decrease the outputs, replicating the behavior of the factory system. Tone remapping, balance, fader, and secondary alerts are all done at the amplifier or DSP. Furthermore, if the DSP supports different listening presets, you can switch between them directly from the factory radio. This feature is only available when using a Maestro-compatible amplifier or DSP. Additionally, the Maestro-compatible amplifiers and DSP allow the retention of balance, fader, chime locations, and tone remapping when using the Toslink output on the Maestro AR2. This provides the best of both worlds experience by combining the superior audio quality of the digital output with a full factory experience. iDatalink Maestro has a full line of vehicle-specific T-harnesses for a variety of vehicle makes and models. For more information on the Maestro AR2, visit iDatalink Maestro.com.